Hey guys, I'm reviewing this study that was done using math apps to improve student learning. This was done, I believe, in Southern California, Southern United States, so somewhere on the West Coast anyway. Um, it involved, it was a small study, only 18 or 17 students. All of them were in this inner city school. Uh, all of them were somewhat disadvantaged. Um, Most of them, for example, were qualified for free lunches and stuff like that. So we've got some students that have some challenges. Okay. What they did is they gave these kids each 90 minutes, four times over the course of a month, uh, practicing different math problems, decimals and stuff, uh, placing numbers on a number line, stuff like that, over the course of a month, four times, 90 minutes each, just to see if they got better. Now, the math apps are great because it allows learners to work at their own pace and it gives them all immediate feedback, which is, as a teacher, I'm always trying to give the formative feedback as we go, um, as much as I can. But when you're dealing with a whole class of my kids, it's a struggle sometimes. And there's just no way that one teacher can do what the apps can do in this regard. So, um, here's some examples of the type of activities: placing a number on a number line, using decimals and such. So they practiced, and what they ended up finding was they got better. Surprise! The students did better. They had a pre-test and a post-test in three different areas. Um, the assessment two, where they had actually two different post tests. So what they did was they give the student the pre-test, give them 40 minutes to practice on the app, and then give them the test again afterwards. Different numbers, but all the same types of questions in the same format, and they did way better, which is not surprising. Obviously, if you know give someone the test, have them look at it, practice it, and then go off and spend half an hour, 40 minutes practicing those same problems and then have them do the test again, they're going to do better. So how valid this is, how much you can, say that's the apps doing it, uh, I don't know. But the apps are good. I don't have a problem with using apps. And the gap between the high achievers and low achievers shrank. So that's what this little thing here shows, that it was a 14% gap and now down to 8, 20, 24 down to 8, and 30 to 23. This one is odd because this is actually a post test where the gap went up for some anomaly there. Anyway, um, yeah, it worked. If you give kids these apps and give them 90 minutes four times a month to use them and then test them in this way, you're going to get better results. How effective is that in the real world? Does that mean anything? Practicing, the same problem. If I gave all my students this math test that we were about to do, I give it to them, and then I spend them a half an hour teaching, going over it again, and then I give them another test that is identical but different numbers. Um, they would do just as well too. So I'm personally not that sold that it's the app. But if the students find the apps engaging and it helps them focus in those 90-minute sessions, they're actually engaged with doing math, then all for it. I mean, that's the best part of it as far as I'm concerned, is that, you know, getting them interested. So for me, the apps are great for keeping their interest, getting them focused on the math, enjoying the math, as long as they're still learning. That's fine. As a parent, I have to say that I don't really want my students, my daughters, spending a lot of time on screens at school. They spend enough time on screens at home. Uh, I don't like the amount they spend already, so when they go to school, I hope they're not using screens. Uh, that's just me. Anyway, that's my analysis of it. Thanks. And how do I stop this?